Hola y bienvenidos a Norton Spanish Basics. One of the verbs we learn early on in Spanish is ir. Even people that claim to not know any Spanish often know the words vamos and vámonos, both forms of the verb ir. The Spanish verb ir means to go. Again, that's just spelled I-R, ir. Many first-year students will hesitate on how to conjugate this verb because the conjugations don't look anything like the infinitive verb. However, we can use the forms of ir to talk not only about going places, but also about future happenings. By the end of this brief podcast, you should be able to write sentences to describe events or actions that will take place in the future. Well, we have more than one way to discuss future events in English. That means that there is more than one way to do future conjugations. Take a look at these two examples. First, I will study today. Or second, I am going to study today. I will study today, I am going to study today. You can see that their meanings are similar and vary just slightly. The first example is a future tense that we call the simple future. It is typically studied in Spanish 3 or the end of Spanish 2. We're going to be looking at the second one today. I am going to study today. Going, of course, comes from the English infinitive verb to go. This is where we start using that ir that was mentioned earlier. Before we start doing these structures with ir, let's do a quick reverb of how ir conjugates. You might remember ir, yo voy, tú vas, él, ella o usted va, nosotros vamos, vosotros vais, ellos, ellas, ustedes van. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. Voy, vas, va, vamos, van. So if you were to say yo voy, you would be saying I go. Now let's consider that applied to our English sentence. I am going to study today. I am going, yo voy, to study, estudiar, today, hoy. Yo voy, estudiar, hoy. Now that's almost all we need. The only thing missing is the letter a. When we connect voy with estudiar, we do so with the letter a, or the letter a. The structure ir plus a plus infinitive is what we use when we are going to talk about events or actions that are going to take place in the future. So, I am going to study today. Yo voy a estudiar hoy. Voy a estudiar. I'm going to study. Let's check a couple others here. Vamos a estudiar. Vamos a estudiar. We are going to study. Vamos a hablar. We are going to talk. Vamos a hablar. Ellos van a comer. Van a comer. They are going to eat. Nosotros vamos a estudiar. Again, we are going to study. Ellas van a correr. Ellas van a correr. They are going to run. ¿Tú vas a caminar a la escuela? ¿Tú vas a caminar a la escuela? You are going to walk to the school. ¿Tú vas a caminar a la escuela? Okay, listen to the following sentences in Spanish and try repeating them. Let's go through these 2 times. First time, just kind of listen and try to figure out what it means. Second time, while you're thinking about what it means, go ahead and repeat it. Okay, you ready? Yo voy a estudiar con mis amigos mañana. Yo voy a estudiar con mis amigos mañana. Eduardo va a tocar el piano en el concierto. Eduardo va a tocar el piano en el concierto. Nosotros vamos a comer el pastel. Nosotros vamos a comer el pastel. Mis amigas y yo vamos a limpiar la casa de mi tía. Mis amigas y yo vamos a limpiar la casa de mi tía. Ellos van a leer muchos libros. Les gusta leer. Ellos van a leer muchos libros. Les gusta leer. Yo voy a ir a la casa de mi amiga. Yo voy a ir a la casa de mi amiga. Ella va a tener una fiesta de cumpleaños. Ella va a tener una fiesta de cumpleaños. So there's plenty of practice available for the ir plus a plus infinitive structure in all over the internet. You can just go look for ir plus a plus infinitive, or just type in Spanish future somewhere. Or if you're one of my students, I'm sure I've got plenty of handouts and plenty of assignments that I'm already going to give you. So that's the future. Vamos a terminar ahora. Vamos a terminar ahora. We are going to finish now. Vamos a terminar ahora. Y gracias por escuchar este podcast de Norton's Spanish Basics. Chaucito.